Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Randy Rex Show. I'm back and thank you for being back. So, it's Easter Sunday. Uh, I'm not really a religious person. I am more so of like the Austin hippie spiritual vibe of it all. This isn't gonna be a breakdown of religion, but I thought about that today, and even though I'm not religious in any way, I still celebrate Christmas. And at the end of the day, whatever the holiday is, it's a reason to get together with my family and eat. It's a reason to get together with my family and drink. Anytime that there's family, alcohol, food, it's always a good time. But suffice it to say, I am here recording for a little bit, and this episode is a little bit of a different kind of episode that I'm used to doing, but it was very cathartic for me to do. I like to title this episode Intermission, because it is going to be a pause and a break from talking about reality TV and all of the shows that we cover. So I hope you guys enjoy the show, and that's it. Hello guys, welcome back to the Randy Rex Show. I'm very excited to be here with you all today. I had been on my last episode talking about how I had some stuff going on in my personal life, and it really accounted for the blip in episodes, which is why I am here recording, even though it's Easter Sunday and I could be relaxing somewhere with my family. I've just been so busy with work and, just day-to-day life. It's been super draining, maybe for like the past 2 to 4 weeks, over like the past month. So, it is, it's been a month today. Basically, the thing that I had going on in my personal life. I'm sure most of you are well aware that my dog Daisy passed away on March 3rd of this year. So, it's been 4 weeks since then. And, the hurting and the pain is not so raw. And I guess I do feel myself coming back down to earth a little bit, and really, I guess this video is really me putting that into perspective, because I have kind of just been going along, and I grieved, mind you. I mean, I don't know, I've never had a dog before. I know I grieved, but I can't sit here and say that and tell you, oh, I know that I grieved, and say that in a way where it's like, I know that I grieved and it's all nicely in a little package with a bow on it, and my grieving is, I did my due diligence on my grieving and it's said and done. I don't know what this is gonna look like, what this process is gonna be. Daisy was the first real dog that I had. She was with me for her entire life, maybe except for like the first year. She was with my mom and Cuban. So, it's just, it's a little bit of a, Daisy passing. I'm not referring to that when I say this, but just doing this video was a little bit of a weight lifted off of my shoulders, because even just now, I am trying to be more raw and candid, and like just, I am myself in my videos, but of course this is a learning process, and I'm trying to achieve certain things. So in a way, I am not acting, but I'm in front of the camera trying to achieve those things. Whereas like right now, today, I'm just wanting to begin the process of being in front of the camera and being candid and raw. But this it's really putting things into perspective, because if you watch the first episode of this season, you will remember that I talked about, like, why am I even doing this? Why am I in front of the camera? Why am I attempting to make something that is, entertaining, wholehearted? And, really those are the two top of things of mine that I think of when I'm trying to produce something or put something out there into the world creatively, like I'm doing with this channel. But so it's just really touching in on that same statement that I had in my first episode of this season, where I said I do this because I need to do this because it feeds a part of my soul. That's just who I am to my core. That's my DNA. I can't change that about myself. So I guess, again, putting things into perspective, I can 100% see and understand how me being in front of the camera again is really just like kind of, putting things into perspective. I'm so sick of saying that already, but, it's like, it's a full circle experience, for lack of a better word or whatever. But as far as just like, today, I have like that whole little photo album as my screensaver, to like where you can touch this picture and like it'll change, or like it'll change after a certain amount of time. And obviously, like, I put a photo album of Daisy on there, and I've had it. And today, it's difficult for me to say this because I do feel myself getting emotional. But we use our phone all the time. And I guess a part of me kind of just going through the motions and getting on with my life after she passed away. That the screensaver, the pictures of her that I would see, they had kind of just become in the background, kind of like I would see them. It's just like, after a while, when you change your screensaver to anything, like, it's kind of just becomes a part of the wallpaper in the background, and you don't notice it as much. But today I noticed it again, and I didn't get emotional, like to where the point where like I broke down and cried, but I had this feeling and I didn't know how to sit with it, and I kind of rationalized it in my head, and I was able to figure out, basically I didn't, my feeling when I saw that picture of her is just, I didn't like it. I didn't like seeing her on my phone. I don't like her being a memory. I want her to be with me. This is so stupid. But, so that has been going on. I feel so silly. I feel so silly right now because, I at the start of this episode, I started talking about how this past 2 to 4 weeks, I was trying to put a time frame on why I've been feeling so drained and exhausted. And I guess it's me just trying to get into the motion of life again after her passing is part of me feeling exhausted, but it wasn't in my head when I said that. It's maybe like with the pictures of her on my wallpaper. It just is something that kind of did fade into the background a little bit. But still, obviously, you can see that I'm so emotional about this. But, even just starting out this episode today, that never clicked into my head. And it's not that I don't want to be fair with myself. It's not that I don't want to give myself the time to grieve or the space to grieve in a healthy way, of course. It's just that I don't know how to do this. And that is something mind-blowingly relieving and new for me to articulate for you all today here. Is I don't know how. I don't know. I've said it before in my life, obviously, but never have I felt so at oneness and whole with me being vulnerable and being able to say that I don't know something. Even if it's something like not just something like a math problem or how to fix something at work, just like emotionally. I have 100% talked on this podcast, on this YouTube channel about being on the road to being a better Randy. And that 100% goes hand in hand with it. I'm proud of myself, but again, it's just very emotional because I never had a dog before. She was my first dog, and so I just experienced a lot of things with her. For the first time, that unconditional love and that companionship. I was having a conversation with someone at work, and they said something to me about them dealing with their own stress. And they're coping really well, but as I was checking in on them, it was almost like they had the same revelation I just had, where they're like, oh wait, like, I don't know how to deal with all of these balls in the air. And fortunately for this person, they were able to get on top of it and rationalize things and keep things moving forward, like the same way I'm doing right now. But this is intermission. This is an intermission episode, so to speak, in that I have always been with my cousins on my podcast, or my aunts, or my YouTube channel, and we will be talking about reality TV. So again, like, this is a way for me, because even when I've started this entire journey, I 100% want to talk about myself. I 100% just want to, like, get in front of the camera and talk about what is on my mind without feeling like I have to revert to bullet points because of a certain topic I'm covering, And I was always something that I was struggling with on how to actually, like, do that in a way that I felt comfortable with, and that felt authentic to me, and that again hits those two things that I said at the beginning of the episode when I am making something creatively like this. Like, I want to be entertaining and I want to be wholehearted. And so that's basically what's been going on in my life. It's just a lot of the same stuff for me, but this big event. This is a huge monumental event for me to have lost my dog, and I know that there's going to be a time where I'm a lot more like less emotional about losing her and not having her here with me, and being able to 100% just remember her and just feel happiness instead of that sadness. And there's nothing, I don't want you to get it wrong. Like, if I still feel sad, that's fine for me to feel sad. Like, if y'all feel sad still about certain things, I'm no psychologist, I'm no therapist, but I figure, we're human, we're not perfect, we're not going to be able to act and behave 100% the way that we want to every second, every minute of the day. So, I guess if I could kind of try to end this is for you guys to just remember that, even if you get stuck in the motions and trying to just go through the motions of things or staying on track, just always try to be strong enough to give yourself that room to be vulnerable and to go through the process. So I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I enjoyed making it. Golly, there's just obviously so much going on in the world, so much going on in our own lives, in the lives of our friends, in the lives of our family, in the lives of our coworkers, in the life of our community, our neighborhood. So, just again, just try to always stay on top of yourself and take care of yourself. I think about that whole, if you're going down on a plane, you got to save yourself before you can save the person next to you. So just keep that in mind. And I hope you all look forward to catching up with the last episode of Survivor with me. We have the next season of The Challenge coming out very soon. Potomac is ending, and New Jersey is just right around the corner. So there is lots to be enjoyed. There is lots to talk about. And I love and invite y'all to continue to join me.